Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Shah Sir Classes. I am Shah Sir here. My dear students, in our previous class, we have discussed Science Final Revision 2024-2025. Today, it's a continuation of the previous class. We have completed part 1 and today we are going to start with part 2. Yet, if you have not saw part 1 or if you have any doubts how to draw the diagrams, so the part 1 is waiting for you. First, you watch it and then you come back. The seat is available here. Now, let's continue with part 2. In today's class, we are going to study about the structures. Let me see how to draw the structures. This is one of the most important question. Do not neglect. And it's very easy. I'll be teaching you the technique here on shortcuts, how to remember. Before going to the structures, we have the basic thing which you need to understand. Now, this hydrocarbons family, we classify them into two categories. Three parts. That is aliphatic, aromatic, and alicyclic hydrocarbons. Okay. Right now, I'm not going in detail because I'm just focusing on the structures. Just I'm briefing you about the topic. The first part is aliphatic. In aliphatic hydrocarbons, we have two types. One is saturated hydrocarbon and the other one is unsaturated hydrocarbons. Okay. Now saturated hydrocarbons is classified as only one type, that is alkanes. Alkanes comes under saturated hydrocarbons, and then we have alkenes and alkynes. These are considered as unsaturated hydrocarbons. Children, if you want to remember or if you can able to draw, if you want to draw the structures or dot structures, you need to remember this basic thing. Until unless you're not going to understand this, you cannot able to draw the structures easily. Okay. Now alkanes, as you can see the word alkanes, the last word it's going to end with ane. Here alkenes it's going to end with ene. Alkynes it is going to end with yne. So here what we can write, alkanes are considered as ane group. ane. If any sentence or if any word ends with ane, then you can say that is alkane. If anything, if it is ending with ene, that is alkene group. If it is ending with yne, it is alkyne group. Okay, alkane is ane group, alkene it is ene group, alkyne it is ine group. Now remember, alkanes have carbon to carbon single bond. Between carbon to carbon there is a single bond. Okay, we just write like this, and here we have double bond. Carbon to carbon we have double bond, and here we have triple bond. Is this clear? So alkanes have single bond, alkenes have double bond, and alkynes have triple bond. Any doubts? Good. And then the general formula of alkane, alkene and alkyne. This is one of the most important part. Okay, first let me to write alkene. The general form of alkene is CnH2n. The general form of alkene is CnH2n. Alkane CnH2n plus 2. Alkanes CnH2n plus 2. Alkyne CnH2n minus 2. So this is the general formula. By using this general formula, it will be easy for us to identify and also to write the molecular formula and structural formula of any hydrocarbon. Is this clear? So the general formula of alkene is CnH2n, alkane CnH2n plus 2, alkyne CnH2n minus 2. So this is the general formula. Is this clear? Good. And the first member of alkane, this question has appeared in one of the year. It is one of the important question. Remember, alkanes always it start from methane. This is called as the first member of alkane group. They may ask you, write the first member of alkane group. Sometimes they may ask you the question like this. Write the molecular formula and structural formula of first member of alkane. They won't say methane. indirectly they're telling you to write the molecular formula of first member of alkane. First member means from where you are going to start. Always alkenes are going to begin with methane. Alkenes are going to start with ethene. Alkynes are going to start with ethyne. Any doubts? Is this clear? Good. So alkanes, the first member of alkane is methane. The first member of alkene group is ethene. And the first member of alkyne group is ethyne. Now let me begin. How to draw the structures of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. It's very simple and easy. Before going to start that, I'll give you one small logic. See, different peoples will use different types of shortcuts to remember. That's it. Now let me see how to remember those. Meat, mitha, sweet, eat, eating, mitha, eating, rope, pee, pani, peeing, drinking water, मीठा eating, मीठा खाने के बाद क्या करते पानी पीने सोच लगती मीठा eating पानी peeing. How you should do, how you should drink, bite को by sitting. That is our culture. Beaut, bite को मीठा eating पानी peeing, bite को 5 अंगुलियां से 5 fingers. We have to hold the glass by using 5 fingers. That is pent. Any doubts? मीठा eating, पानी peeing, bite को 5 अंगुलियां से. Meat, eat, probe, butte, pent. In this, see here, with this meat, if you write A and E, if you write A and E, with meat, okay. If you write A and E, methane. If you write A and E, ethane. If you write A and E, propane. If you write A and E, butane. If you write A and E, pentane. If A and E comes, it is alkane group. Now, which group is this? Alkanes. Now, as I said you, just now, now alkenes. As I said you that alkenes are not going to start with meat. It's going to start with eth. So, now it is blank. And remember the position. N. N is nothing but position. Meat position is 1. Eth 2. Probe 3. But 4. Pent 5. You cannot write pent in the beginning and eth in the last. You have to remember the same order. After 1, 2 only will come. After 2, 5 will not come. After 2, 3 only will come. So this is the order you need to remember. The position of meat, eth, probe, butane, pent. Okay. Still we have. Not only pent is the last. Even we have hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, decane. But remember 5 to be in safer side. If you study this much, that is more than sufficient. As if no. Okay. Good. Now, come back to this. As we know that alkenes are going to start with eth, isn't it? If you write with eth, E-N-E, ethene, propene, butene, pentene. Any doubts? Any doubts? And next hydrocarbon is alkynes. As I said you that it's not going to start with meth, it's going to start with eth. With eth, write Y-N-E, ethyne, propine, butane, pentine. Simple. Just you have to add with this meth, A-N-E, methane. Eth, A-N-E, ethane. Eth, E-N-E, ethene. Eth, Y-N-E, ethyne. Any doubts? Now, let me draw for one by one for all the five. What? Structures. Very good. Let's begin. Observe you. Simple. Now, dear students, one thing you have to remember. Carbon, the valency of carbon is 4. Correct? You don't know? No need to worry. When I'm here, you no need to get fear. Understood? As if now, you remember If you write anywhere one carbon, minimum you should write 4 hydrogens. 4 bonds should be there. For 1C, there should be 4 lines like this. This is called as bonds. For 1C, there should be 4 lines. Either these 2 lines here only will come, well and good. But for 1C, there should be 4 lines. एक C के आसपास में, इसके सराउंडिंग में कितने लाइन्स चाहिए हमारे को? 4 लाइन्स चाहिए. चाहे इधर 2 इधर एक भी चल सकता है, या इधर 3 इधर एक भी हो सकता है, कैसा भी हो सकता है. Let it be any order, let it be anything. But for 1C, there should be 4 lines. I'm just giving you the logic how to remember. Is this clear? For 1C, how many lines are required? 4 lines. Understood? It means that the valency of carbon is 4. Okay. About this in detail, some other day I'll explain you. But right now, we are just focusing on the structures. That's the reason. Now, suppose if they ask you, write the molecular formula and structural formula of methane. Observe here how to draw methane. Molecular formula. Molecular formula. Here let me write structural formula. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Let me write a bit down. If they ask you, write the molecular formula and structural formula of methane. First and foremost, in your mind, one thing should come. What? Sir, methane. Last word is ANE. Simple. Just look at to the last word. It's ending with ANE. What is ANE? Alkane group. If any word ends with ANE, alkane group. Correct? Now, what is the general formula of alkane? We know that the general formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2. Now, what is the position of meth? 1. Just now we have discussed, right? Meth, eth, probute, pentane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In place of n, here, in place of n, you write 1. In place of n, you write 1. Write the position. You will get the molecular formula. C. In place of n, you write 1. That is C1. H. In place of n, same 1 only you should write. 2 ones are 2. 2 plus 2, 4. So C1H4 or CH4 is the molecular formula of methane. Structure. How many carbon we have? 1. How many carbon we have? We have only 1 carbon. Isn't it? Only focus on carbon. Hydrogen automatically it will come. Don't worry. As I said you that alkanes. Alkanes have how many which type of bond? Single bond, double bond or triple bond? Single bond. So we write here 1 bond, 2, 3, 4. H, 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 H. As I said in the beginning, for 1C there should be 4 lines. We have 4 lines. Across that we have single bond. Yes, we have a single bond. Surrounding to that we have a single bond. So this is the structural formula of methane. Now come back to ethane. See, methane you may not understand, but ethane you will be getting a better clarity. Now, what is the position of what is the position of N? Eth 2. C2. In this only you have to substitute. Okay. In place of N you write 2. H. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 2. 6. C2H6. How many carbon we have? 2 carbon. C. Between carbon to carbon, alkanes have single bond. No, this is what I was telling. Between carbon to carbon we have single bond. Correct? Isn't it? अब देखो बेटा, अब ये C है. Can you see this? ये C के पास कितने bonds चाहिए हमारे को? 4 bonds. 4 lines चाहिए. एक C के पास 4 lines चाहिए. Remember? Just now I said you know. एक C के सराउंडिंग में कितने lines चाहिए हमारे को? 4 lines. तो ये C के पास already A line है. Can you see this? Here already we have 1 line. Now how many required? 3. 1, 2, 3. Right here. Again come back to this C. How many lines we have? Only 1. How many required? 3. 1, 2, 3. Right here. H, H, H. Now I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C2. We have carbon 2. H6. we have H6. So this is the structural formula of ethane. 2 carbons and 6 hydrogen. Any doubts? Similarly, come back to after methane, what? Propane. C. What is the position of N? 3. Substitute in this general formula. N plus 3. H. What is H? 2 into 3. 6. 6 plus 2. 8. C3H8. C3H8. Correct? Are you getting, children? Now, how many carbon? 3 carbons. How many carbon? Between carbon to carbon, how many bonds? Single bond. Single bond. अब एक कार्बन को कितने चाहिए बॉन्ड्स? 4 बॉन्ड्स. ऑलरेडी एक बॉन्ड है तो 1 2 3. नाउ यू कैन सी दिस, वी हैव गॉट 4 बॉन्ड्स हियर. जस्ट राइट. ये सी के पास 2 ही, अभी 2 चाहिए. स्टिल वी नीड 2. फॉर दिस सी वी हैव ओनली 1. नाउ अनदर 3 इज रिक्वायर्ड. फिल इट. नाउ यू कैन काउंट. इट इज 8H and 3C. Any doubts? Propane. Is this clear? We have done methane, ethane, propane. Now if they ask you butane, same way. See, N is 4. 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 2, 10. In that general formula, which one? Cn H2n plus 2. N की जगह में 4 डालो, फिर N की जगह में 4 डालो. Substitute करो. Multiply and simplify and tell me the answer. 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. That is what I was telling. Any doubts? Any doubts? Now can you draw by yourself? Quick, let me see. Will you get the answer? Check, this is your answer. What you have written? It's right? Sure? Understood the technique? Did you get the logic? How to draw the structure? And how to remember the molecular formula? Sure? Sure? Very good. Same way you can do for pentane also. The same order will continue. So this we have concluded here, alkanes. How to draw the how to write the molecular formula and structural formula for alkanes. Isn't it? Now we'll come back to alkenes. See, position will not change. See, again I'll write here for your reference. Meth, eth, pro, but, pent. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the values of N. This will not change. Okay. Now ethene. Last word it is ending with ene. If last word if it is ending with ene, then that is alkene. The general formula of alkene, CnH2n. Cn. Now molecular formula. What is the position of it? What is the position of it? 2. Correct? Write 2. Write 2. Hey, 2 into 2. How much? H is 4. C2H4. C2H4. Now write carbon, carbon. As we know that, already we have seen that alkenes have double bond. There is carbon to carbon, double bond. Let me write here double bond. Correct? अब देखो बेटा, we have one C here. We have one C here. For this one C, we have already 2 bonds. Actually, for one C, how many bonds are required? 4 bonds. But already we have 2 bonds. Now, how many are remaining? 2 bonds. Still, we need 2 bonds. Either for these 2 bonds, we can write like this also. Can you see this? This 2H, this 2. 4 bonds. Similarly, for this C, already we have 2 bonds here. This one bond, 2 bonds. Now, can you see here? This 1C has 4 bonds. Correct? This 1C, can you see this? It has 4 bonds. And again we can see here, one more C, one more carbon. Again it has 4 bonds here. Is this clear? Now how many C? 2C. How many H? 4H. So this is ethene. And next, propene. C3H6. 1, 2, 3. See children. If you want, you can put double bond here. Then write rest all you write single bond. चाहे, let me say, here if you write double bond, here all single bond. Either in the last or in the first, you have to write the double bond. Not in between. Not in between. Either in the beginning or if not in the last. Samjhe? Even this is also correct. This is also correct. No need to worry. Sure? Is this clear? Yes, good. Now, if you write double bond in the last, if you write double bond in the last, now this carbon has already two bonds. Now how many remaining? How many are required? Two required to become four. Now this C has already three bonds. Here we have two, here we have one. This C already it has three bonds. Now how many required? One required. Shall we write here one? Four bonds. Now this C is how many bonds it has? One. How many required to become four? Three. 1, 2, 3. Right here. Now count how many H are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So C3H6. Clear? Clear? Good. Now one more shall we show? Butane. Can you try for butane? C4. 2 into 4. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll write here in the beginning now. Now here already I have two bonds. How many are required? Two bonds. So it becomes 4. This C has 3 bonds. How many required? 1. Either you write in the top or you write in the bottom, both are same. No need to worry. Now this has 2 bonds. Now other 2 are required. This C has 1 bond, another 3 are required. So C4H8. Any doubts? Any doubts? Clear? In the beginning I told you one logic. For 1C there should be 4 lines. So that is the agenda, that is the basic plan you have to maintain. समझ में आया बेटा? Understood? And you have to remember the general formula. Alkane CnH2n plus 2, alkene CnH2n, alkyne CnH2n minus 2. Clear? Now, shall we proceed to the next hydrocarbon? Alkynes. Which is the first hydrocarbon? Ethine. Correct? Now, what is the general? Now, as you can see the word, it's ending with YNE. So, it is alkyne group. Since it is alkyne group, what is the general formula of alkyne? Cn H2n minus 2. H2n minus 2. C. What is the position of N? What is the position of N? Eth. Eth. 2. H. 2 into 2. 4. 4 minus 2. 2. That is C2H2. C2H2. Carbon, carbon. We have 2 carbons. Correct? Alkynes. Between carbon to carbon, how many bonds? Triple bond. 3 bonds. Now, as we can see, already this C has 3 bonds. To become 4, how many required? 1. This C already it has 3 bonds. How many required? 1. So, this is the structural formula of ethine. C2H2. Followed. After ethine, propine. C3H. 2 3s are 6. 6 minus 2, 4. C3H4. How many carbon? 3 carbon. Just now I told you in the beginning. Either in the first or in the last you have to write. Here, it is YNE group. So, carbon to carbon, triple bond. Rest all single bond. चाहे पहले में ट्रिपल बॉन्ड डालो या लास्ट में ट्रिपल बॉन्ड डालो. समझे? बाकी के जितने भी बचे हैं ऑल और सिंगल बॉन्ड. अभी सी के पास ऑलरेडी कितने बॉन्ड्स हैं? 3 बॉन्ड्स हैं. तो कितने चाहिए? 1. दिस सी ऑलरेडी हैज 4 बॉन्ड्स. कैन यू सी दिस? यहाँ पे 3 है, यहाँ पे 1 है. ये सी के लिए तो ऑलरेडी ये फिल्ड है. सो वी नो नीड टू चेंज और वी नो नीड टू ऐड हियर एनीथिंग. करेक्ट? बट दिस सी हैज 1 बॉन्ड. So how many required? 3 are required. Yeah, now can you count how many C? 3C. H, 4. Any doubts? Can you try for butane? Butane, C4, H6. I'll write here triple bond last now. Let me see. Check your answer. with this answer? Is it right? Is it right? Yes or no? AC के लिए ऑलरेडी ये 3 एक 4 हो गया, फिर AC के लिए ये 3 एक ऑलरेडी ये 4 है, AC के लिए ये 2 था, अभी ये 2 फिल किए. For this we had only 1, now we have filled this 3 to become 4. तो AC के पास 4 बॉन्ड्स हैं, फिर AC के पास 4 बॉन्ड्स हैं, AC के पास भी 4 बॉन्ड्स हैं और AC के पास में भी 4 बॉन्ड्स. So this is the structural formula of butane. Any doubts? Any doubts? So same way, in the same order you can write for pentyne, hexane also. Same thing you have to continue, nothing else. So here we have completed the molecular formula and structural formula of aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which consist of both saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated are alkanes, unsaturated are alkenes and alkynes. Sure? Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts? Good. Yes, students. Now we are going to study how to draw and write the molecular formula and structural formula for aromatic hydrocarbons. Which hydrocarbons? Aromatic hydrocarbons. The first aromatic hydrocarbon is benzene. Benzene. The molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. C6H6. Let me see how to draw the structure. See children, aromatic hydrocarbon, it is in a cyclic structure. Aromatic hydrocarbons are in a cyclic structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single bond, double bond. Single bond, double bond. Single bond, double bond. Now, please apply the same rule. For this one carbon, how many bonds are here? 3. How many are required? 1 to become 4, right? So, one carbon, 4 bonds. Any doubts? Again, here one, here one, here, here, and here. As you can see, so this is 6 carbons and 6 hydrogens. So, this is the structure of benzene. Single, double, single, double, single, double. That is what you have to simplify. And next we have toluene. The next hydrocarbon is toluene. See here. For the same benzene ring, first I will draw the structure and then I will write the molecular formula. For the same benzene ring, as right now what we have drawn, single, double, single, double, single, double, right? This is benzene, right? Now this is benzene ring. Benzene ring. For this benzene, what we do now, we remove anywhere out of these all 6 hydrogens, we remove one hydrogen. In place of one hydrogen, we remove one hydrogen, we replace one hydrogen with CH3 group. CH3 group. With benzene, remove one hydrogen and replace that with CH3 group. Then it is said to be toluene. This is your 1 mark question. Understood? For the benzene ring, replacing one hydrogen with CH3 group. Then such a hydrocarbon is said to be toluene. Now how many carbons it has? 7 carbons. Hydrogen already we had 6, right? We have removed 1, added 3. Removed 1, 5. Added 3, 8. So C7H8. This is the speciality of toluene. See this. Benzene 6, 6. Toluene 7, 8. C7H8. Now, benzene ring, sometimes we also draw like this. This is also a benzene ring. But don't draw this, you write this structure. Means that is the symbol of benzene. Same way toluene also, we draw like this. Now this is a toluene. For benzene, we are adding toluene by replacing one hydrogen. So that is toluene ring. Any doubts? Is this clear? Got the difference between benzene and toluene? Got the difference between benzene and toluene? Good. And next hydrocarbon, let me draw, that is naphthalene. Naphthalene. See children, draw benzene, single, double, single, double, single, double, right? This is our benzene ring. Now what we do, we are going to take two benzene rings. We attach two benzene rings together. एक benzene और एक benzene. Example, let me say this is one room. And here I will draw one wall. Now, as we can see, this wall belongs to this and this wall also belongs to this. Now, it becomes a common wall for both the rooms. Similarly, to draw that, what I will do, I will remove this 2H. For the same benzene, what I will do, I will take this as 2C. Can you see this? Now, this is double, single, double, single, double, single. Now, this is naphthalene. Remove 2H. जैसा इधर पे बेंजीन रखते थे उसी तरह से इधर रखो. Now this is a common two. These two C's are common for both the sides. Can you see this? These two C's are common for this side also and it is common for this side also. Now this is the structure of naphthalene. Any doubts? Understood? Now what is the molecular formula of naphthalene? C10H8. Very good. C10H8 is naphthalene. Understood? It's like this, right? This was one benzene. This is naphthalene. Any doubt? And the last one is salicylic acid. Now, how to draw the structure of salicylic acid? Now, for the same benzene ring, single, double, single, double, single, double. This is benzene, right? Now, for the same benzene ring, we are going to remove one H. In place of that one H, I am going to replace with COOH. For the same benzene ring, we are removing one H and replacing with COOH. Then it is salicylic acid. Correct? This was benzene. COOH. Remove H. Replace that H with COOH. Salicylic. Replace H with CH3 toluene. So these are the aromatic hydrocarbons. I hope you have understood how to draw the structures and remember the molecular formula and structural formula of aromatic hydrocarbons. Very good. So any of these four, you can expect one in your exam. And then let me study alicyclic hydrocarbons. In the beginning itself, I said you, hydrocarbons are classified into three types: aliphatic, aromatic, and alicyclic hydrocarbons. Alicyclic hydrocarbons. Remember, children, the general formula of alicyclic hydrocarbons is CnH2n. What is the general formula of alicyclic hydrocarbons? CnH2n. See, children, here, why it has come the word alicyclic? Because this all hydrocarbons are in the shape of a ring structure. Cyclic structure, ring structure, closed structure. These all hydrocarbons are in the shape of closed structure. देखो बेटा, 2 points में हमारे को एक closed structure मिलेगा. No, we get a straight line. Straight line is not a closed structure. So minimum we need 3 points to close this shape. एक शेप को क्लोज करने के लिए मिनिमम कितने पॉइंट्स चाहिए? मिनिमम 3 points are required. Correct? No? It means that these alicyclic hydrocarbons are going to start with pro. Not meet, not eat. It starts from pro. Because the position of prop is 3. The position of prop is 3. Correct? With a single point, we cannot draw a closed structure. With 2 points, we cannot draw a closed structure. Minimum 3 points are required to draw a closed structure. 4 points are required to draw a closed structure. 5 points are required to draw a closed structure. And so on. Any doubts? Any doubts? Now, let me see row 1 minute. Shall I erase this? Did you understood? Yeah. Now, which is the first alicyclic hydrocarbon? Cyclo. See here, the word itself starts from cyclo. Then you have to understand it is cyclic structure. Cyclopropane. See, it is ending with ANE also. Correct? Can you see this? It is ending with ANE means it has single bond. Carbon to carbon in the entire family, carbon to carbon is single bond. And structure is cyclic structure. Structure is cyclic structure. Now, cyclopropane. See, what is the position of N? 3. H 6. Correct? Yes or no? C3 H6. बेटा समझ में नहीं आया? Can you see this? N position is 3. 2 into 3, 6. C3 H6. Now we have to draw the structure. As I said you, we cannot draw like this. We cannot draw a straight chain. We cannot draw a branch chain. We have to draw a cyclic chain. So this property of carbon is known as catenation. Catenation is a property of a carbon to carbon. Catenation is a property of a carbon where carbon to carbon it's joined with a straight chain, it joined with a branch chain, or it joined with a cyclic chain. Understood? This property of carbon is known as catenation. One more question they may ask you sometimes. What is catenation? It is a property in which carbon to carbon can join with a straight chain, branch chain, or cyclic chain. So this property is known as catenation. Okay. Now let me come back to this part. Yeah. How many carbons? 3. Correct? Carbon to carbon, single bond. अब देखो बेटा, apply our first rule. एक कार्बन को कितने bonds चाहिए? 4 bonds. Now for top carbon, how many bonds are there? 2. How many required? 2. Any doubts? This carbon has 2. How many required? 2. This carbon has 2. How many required? 2. So this is C3H6. Simple rule, universal in nature. Shah Sir rule. Understood? Concept is clear. Cyclopropane. Next is cyclobutane. C. What is the position of but? 4. H. 2 4s are 8. C4 H8. Any doubts? Any doubts? Now how to draw the structure? Like this. 4 carbons, no? Carbon, carbon, carbon. 4 carbons we have drawn, right? Is it correct? It is cyclo. So it should come in a closed structure. Carbon to carbon, single bond. This carbon has 2, other 2 are required. 2 bonds, other 2 are required. 2 bonds, other 2 are required. 2 bonds, other 2 are required. Any doubts? Sure? Sure? Yeah. Can you draw for cyclopentane? Let's try. C 5 H 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write H. Okay. You write surrounding HH like this. Okay. So C5H10. Cyclohexane. This has come in the exam. It has already appeared in the exam. Cyclohexane it has asked. C6H12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon. Can you see this? It looks like benzene, right? But difference is this only. Can you see the difference? There we had single, double, single, double, single, double. Here we have all single. But there we had only 111H. Here we have 222H in the boundary. Any doubts? So this is what? This is what? Cyclohexane. So these are the cyclic hydrocarbons. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? Sure. Alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, aromatic hydrocarbons, alicyclic hydrocarbons. Done. Very good. Now let me discuss how to draw the dot structures. Yeah. Now we are going to start discussing about dot structures. Let me see how to draw the dot structures. See children, if we can able to remember the molecular formula, structural formula, then it will be easy, very easy for you to remember the dot structures. Let me see how to draw it. Methane. If they ask you to draw or to write the electron dot structure, Lewis electron dot structure for methane. See children, for methane usually we used to draw the structure like this, right? CH4. Again, I no need to rewind because already we have done it. Right? Now, if you want to draw one line, let me start from the basics. If you want to draw one line, minimum 2 points are required. If these 2 points, if you join, then you get one bond. Correct? Correct? Yeah. अब यहाँ भी क्या करना बेटा? See here. This one C write as it is. Instead of writing this one bond, just write here these 2 dots. Don't draw a line. Just write dots. Cross mark kind of thing. Understood? Again top. Again left. Again right. See, if any carbon or if any element, understood, if they want to become stable, they need minimum 8 electrons in their outermost shell, in their valence shell. How many electrons are required? 8 electrons are required. Is this clear? How many electrons are required? 8 electrons are required. Correct? Now, 1, 2. Now, let me consider this as electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this complete cycle makes what? For this one carbon, अब तक हमें क्या करते थे बेटा? 4 बॉन्ड्स, 4 लेंस की जरूरत थी. अब इधर से डॉट स्ट्रक्चर्स में एक सी को मिनिमम 8 डॉट्स की जरूरत है. जहां पे 8 डॉट्स कवर हो रहे, where this 8 dots will get covered, draw one circle for that. So this all the dots belongs to this one C. Now here we have H. We have H, right? अब हमें यहाँ H कर को लिखते थे ना, अब यहाँ भी H लिखना. एक H के लिए कितने डॉट्स चाहिए? 2 डॉट्स चाहिए. So this is one H. This is one H. This is one H. This is one H. Now this is the dot structure for methane. Understood how to draw the structure? See, same molecular formula how we are writing. Same, it's a replica here. It's a dot structure. Now, if you have not understood this methane, let me try one more so that you may get a better clarity. Ethane, excuse me. Ethane, ENE group, CnH2n plus 2. Correct? 2 carbon, single bond. We write the structures like this, right? This is the structure, no? Structural formula of ethane. Same way, can we write the dot structure, no? 2C. 1 bond. 1 bond. 1 bond. Here. This 1 bond. This 1 bond. This 1 bond. Any doubts? Any doubts still here? Sure? Good. Now, observe here. Interesting. This 1C. How many electrons are required? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can we draw one circle for this? Again, this 1C. Again, this 2 also belongs to, it's a common wall. In the last step I have told you, right? Common wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to start from here. Any doubts? Finished? Finished? For this 1C, we have these 4 lines. Here, this for 1C, we have 8 electrons. Here, this 1C has these 4 lines, 4 bonds. Here, this 1C has 4 bonds. अब यहाँ क्या करते थे? हम H कर को लिखते थे. अब इधर भी H लिखना है. H लिखना तो 2 bonds चाहिए. This H, this H, this H, and here we have one more H. And here we have one more H. Understood? How to draw the dot structures? It is similar to our structural formula, but instead of writing a bond, we are writing 2 dots. Can you do for ethene? Ethene, can you try? So, eth is what? See here now. Now, no need to remember formula. For dot structures, no need to remember formula because everything will come here only. Eth position is what? 3. Eth 2 or 3? What man? Common sense. Eth is 2. Mitha eating. Now understood. Eating. That you are very clever. H. H. ENE group. CnH2n. C. CnH2n. H2n. 2 into 2. C2H4. C2. See here. 1, 1. Carbon to carbon. Double bond. Carbon to carbon. Because ENE group, no? Double bond means this one. This is double bond. Correct? अब यहाँ 2 ही नहीं क्या बेटा? तो इधर कितने होना अभी? 2 होना, right? This one and this one. Remember, it's like this man. Correct? Again here. Can you see? Can you see this? Now how many are required? 8. For this 1C, 8 are required. This one circle. And here, this one circle. And here, this 1H, this 1H, this 1H, this 1H. This is ethene. Any doubts? Ethene? Understood ethene? Yes or no? Now similarly, can we draw for cyclopropane? Cyclopropane. See, cyclic structure, propane. 3. Right? Yes or no? This is cyclopropane, right? Structural formula. See here now. 3C. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, here 1. Here 1, here 1. Can you see this? Yeah. Now this one, see, here 4, here 2, here 2, here 4. This one. And here, this 8. And here, this 8. And here, this 2H. Here, 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 here. See, after drawing, a bit confused, right? So, you have to learn the steps, how to draw that. So, cyclopropane. Similarly, for hydrogen, hydrogen, how many required? 2, no? 2 bonds. Just now we are writing, no, H means we need 2 electrons, no? So, here 1 H, here 1 H, because hydrogen is H2. 2 hydrogens. here one, here one. Now this is the structure for this. 1 minute. Hydrogen, right? H. So here this is one hydrogen, and here this is one hydrogen. Now they are sharing. Both the hydrogens are sharing both two electrons. This is of hydrogen dot structure. Similarly for oxygen, how many electrons? Oxygen is O2. Oxygen is O2. Here one O, here one O. Right? See here. Oxygen, it has double bond. Oxygen has double bond. 1, 2. Because it is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Oxygen is unsaturated hydrocarbon. So, what is the valency? 8. अब यहाँ 4 ही निकले बेटा. अभी कितने होना? 1, 2, 3, 4. यहाँ भी 4 हैं. अभी कितने चाहिए? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can see, this 4 and this 4, 1. Again, this 4 and this 4, 1. Here, no need to write H. Here we are writing H, no. Like this, here we don't have H here. That is the reason. Just we have to complete till here. That's it. So, this is of oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule. O8. O8. After oxygen molecule, we have nitrogen. Nitrogen is also an unsaturated hydrocarbon, but between two nitrogen, we have triple bond. How many bonds are there? See, this is single bond. This is double bond. This is triple bond. Correct? No? To form octet, how many electrons are required? 8. Here, how many are there? 6. Remaining. Here 2. Here 2. Correct? Then, this 1 8 will become stable. And this 8 will become unstable. So, this is what? Nitrogen. This one is nitrogen. Any doubts? So, we have concluded the topics of methane, ethene, cyclopropane, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. And this is the homework for you. Try for sulfur. Try for sulfur. Concepts are clear? Concepts are clear? Sure? Good. Then, let me begin with the next topic. Yes, students. Now, one more important topic you can expect in the exam. They may ask you, what is isomerism? Please make a note of this question. Very important. What is isomerism? Sometimes they may ask you, what is structural isomerism? What is structural isomerism? Now, what is isomerism? The compounds having same molecular formula. The compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula. The compounds having same molecular formula but different structural formula. These compounds are called as isomerism. Understood? This is nothing but it is called as isomerism. Now, this is also a property of carbon. Catenation, it is a property of carbon, and isomerism, it is also a property of carbon. So, carbon is said to be unique in nature. Sometimes for 1 mark they may ask you, why carbon is said to be unique in nature? Why carbon is unique? Unique का मतलब क्या? कार्बन के जैसा कोई भी नहीं है. No element is there like carbon. Carbon is unique in nature. Actually, to tell carbon is unique in nature, we have 3 points. हमारे पास 3 points हैं. कार्बन को हमें यूनिक बोलने के लिए. इसके जैसा कोई भी नहीं है. The first is carbon has catenation property. Correct? And carbon has isomerism property. Same molecular formula but different structural formula. And third is when carbon to carbon, when they join, it form a covalent bond. Now we said, right, this bond is called as covalent bond. So carbon to carbon, it joins with a covalent bond. And one more property is there, very, very, very important. That is carbon neither accept nor donate, but it will share its 4 electrons. This property is known as tetravalency. Tetravalent. Carbon is tetravalent in nature. Why carbon is tetravalent in nature? Carbon neither donate nor accept, but it will share its 4 electrons with the neighboring atom. So carbon is said to be tetravalent. So carbon is unique in the nature. समझे? सबके पास क्या है? आदत लेने की, नहीं बोले तो देने की. लेकिन कार्बन क्या कर रहा? ना लेता ना देता, बस क्या करता? शेयर करता. You understood my point? Understood. Here we know to give. Others they know to take. But he neither give nor take. What he will do? Share 50-50. Very intelligent fellow. Carbon. Understood? Understood? Good. Okay. Come back to this point. So isomerism is same, the compounds having same molecular formula but different formula is known as isomerism. Okay. Now they may ask you one important question. Write the isomers or give example of isomers. So which are the isomers are there? We have isomers of butane, isomers of pentane. One more question. Sometimes they will ask you direct question. Write the isomers of butane. Isomers of butane. Look at here. Butane is C4H10. See, this formula is constant. This formula is same. C4H10. Are you getting children? C4 molecular formula is same. मतलब आइसोमर्स का मतलब कार्बन, अभी ब्यूटेन के पास 2 टाइप के ब्यूटेन आ रहे हैं. मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला इज सेम लेकिन उनके स्ट्रक्चर्स अलग है. जैसा उनका स्ट्रक्चर बदल रहा है उनका नाम भी उसी तरह से बदल रहा है. नो यू आर गुड ओनली. नो यू आर वेरी गुड बॉय, वेरी गुड गर्ल. By seeing your behavior, you are you only. You are not other. You are you only. But based on your behavior, we will categorize you either you are good or bad. समझ में आया बेटा? हाँ. क्या है बेटा? मॉलिक्यूलर फार्मूला क्या है? सेम है लेकिन तुम्हारी आदत स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? अलग है. लेकिन कौन? इमेज. हाँ, गुड. Now isomers of butane. The isomers of butane are N-butane, isobutane. See children, N means straight chain, iso means branch chain. If you are going to write the structure in a straight order, okay, इसके सराउंडिंग में हेक्स डालना है आपको. Now this is N-butane. Isobutane. Now this is isobutane. Any doubts? Did you see? 4 carbon only. Hydrogen is also 10. But this is a straight chain and this is a branch chain. Since it is straight chain, it is N-butane, it is branch chain, isobutane. Molecular formula is same, but structures are different. Similarly, they can ask you, write the isomers of pentane. Write the isomers of pentane. Pent, 5. C5. ANE. CnH2n plus 2. 2n. 2 into 5, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. So here we have N-pentane. We have isopentane. We have neopentane. You can draw, right? You can draw the structure, no? N means what? Straight chain. Iso means 4. कान दे भी एक जगह नीचे ब्रांच. Neo, this is neopental. Any doubts? Any doubts? Is it correct? Is this correct? Sure. N-pentane is sure. Isopentane is sure. Neopentane is sure. Hmm? Even you can draw like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here one no. So this is neopentane. Concept is clear? Is the concept is clear? N-pentane, isopentane, neopentane. So these are the isomers of pentane. Clear? Sure. Yeah. Next question. Make a note. Functional groups. Functional groups. Please make a note. What is a functional group? Definition. They have asked this question in the last prep exam. Even in the model paper also this question has repeated. That is the reason. Make a note of this question. What is functional group? A functional group is a group of atoms. A functional group is a group of atoms that determines the chemical properties of an organic compound. That determines the chemical properties of an organic compound. एक ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड के केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज को बताता है. कौन बताता है? फंक्शनल ग्रुप. अंडरस्टूड? एग्जाम्पल. लेट वी से these are the different students A, B, C. अब तीनों के बिहेवियर अलग अलग है. करेक्ट? ग्रुप स्टूडेंट ए का बिहेवियर कैसा है? स्टूडेंट बी का बिहेवियर वैसा ही नहीं है. स्टूडेंट बी का कैसा बिहेवियर है? स्टूडेंट सी का बिहेवियर वैसा ही नहीं है. Every element has its own nature, has its own behavior. Now, who will check whose behavior is what? That is functional group. So, functional group, it determines, it finds, it identifies the chemical properties of organic compounds. So, that will check, that will identify, that will help us to identify the chemical properties of an organic compound. So, it is said as functional group. Any doubts? हाँ, निस्बत को जाती नहीं बेटा. Functional group. To select a very good boy for you or very good girl for you, just 99 years old. Understood? No. Okay. Who will go? Group of atoms will go from your family to identify who is a correct match for you. They are the functional groups. Understood? Don't be happy. Still time is there. Okay. Fine. Now, alcohol. The functional group of alcohol is, excuse me, please make a note. The functional group of alcohol is OH. जहां भी OH है तो समझ लेना कि वो अल्कोहल बोल के. The functional group of alcohol is OH. Next is aldehyde. The functional group of aldehyde is CHO. The functional group of aldehyde is CHO. The functional group of ketone is CO bond. That is C double bond O. It can be written as like this also. Correct? Both the side we have written the bonds. Can you see this? C double bond O. This is the functional group of ketone. Next is the functional group of carboxylic acid is dot COOH. The functional group of carboxylic acid is COOH. Next we have halogens. See here, halogens we have either a single, understood, we have a single atom. See children, in the functional group, if you want, you can a bit you can change the definition also. A atom or a group of atoms. Even atom also is there. Even single person also enough to select who is a good match for you. Or group of atoms is also enough. Now what is functional group? A atom or a group of atoms that determines the chemical property. Understood? So halogens are single atom. Now these all, which one? Alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, these all are what? Group of atoms. These all are group of atoms. But these halogens, such as, what is this X? In place of X can come as chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. Understood? What is this all? These all are atoms. देखो बेटा, ये एक भी सेलेक्ट करता कि वो कंपाउंड कौन बोलकर, ये ग्रुप ऑफ एटम्स. ग्रुप का मतलब क्या? सी हियर, लुक एट हियर. देखो बेटा, Cl इट्स सिंगल एलिमेंट, क्लोरीन एक ही चेको, bromine it's single, iodine single, fluorine single. This is one single atom. This is a single atom. Here O is separate, H is separate. This is group of atoms. समझ में आया बेटा? यहाँ C अलग, H अलग, O अलग. This is group of atoms. This C separate, this O separate. Group of atoms. C, O, H. These all are what? Group of atoms. These are the group of atoms or a single atom. Understood? Which helps to determine the chemical properties of organic compound. So these are the functional groups. Any doubts? One more question. Which give an example of a function group. Give an example of an atom which determines the functional group. Option A, option B, option C, option D. He said atom, not atoms. Atom. Atom is what? Chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine. Atom. Atoms. OH, CHO, CO, COOH. These are the atoms. Understood? Understood. Atom means halogens. Halogens are called as atom. It's a single. More than one, those are atoms. Now can you give me an example for alcohol? Ethanol. Can you see this? OL is ending. It's ending with OL. So it is alcohol. See, by seeing the name, you should tell the functional group. Sometimes they'll give ethanol. Name the functional group of ethanol. Yes, boys. Name the functional group of ethanol. Ethanol का functional group क्या? Ethanol last में OL से end हो रहा. It is ending with OL. So you should say it is alcohol. Similarly, if it is ethanol, AL, aldehyde. If it is propanone, ketone, ONE group. Can you see this? ONE, ketone. If it is ending with ethanoic acid, oic acid. What it is called as? Oic acid. This is ONE group. This is AL, ONE, oic acid. These are the shortcuts to identify the functional groups. Any doubts? And this is chloroethane. Can you see this? Always remember, understood? Always halogens are written in the beginning. कौन से भी नाम से पहले halogens को लिखना है. बाकी के जितने भी ग्रुप ऑफ एटम्स हैं लास्ट में लिख रही है हमें उसमें. कैन यू सी दिस? ये OL, AL, ONE, OIC acid है पूरे लास्ट में आ रहे. Everything is coming in the last of the word. But halogens, they are coming in the beginning of the word. This is the difference. Did you understood? Always halogen should be written beginning of the word. And rest of the group of atoms should be written at the end of the word. At the end of the word. Any doubts? Understood the functional groups? OL, alcohol. AL, ONA, OIC acid. Any doubts? Yeah. Now I'll do one thing. I'll give you the structure. You should tell me the name of that. Let me see. Can you name? See here. How many C? 2C. 2C means eth. Actually ethane. Single bond. All are single bond only, no? Ethane. Last it is ending with OH. What is OH? Alcohol. So ethane plus alcohol, we call it as ethanol. No, this is the function. This understood how to name, how to identify, how to identify. Now, which is this compound is given? It is ethanol. Name the functional group. If they say only name the functional group, you should say alcohol. If they ask you to name it, name it, then ethanol. If you want to name this structure, ethanol. Only functional group, alcohol. Functional group is alcohol, and the nomenclature, the name is ethanol. Any doubts? Any doubts? Yeah. Now can you name for this? Let me see. Yeah. Can you name this? How many C are there? C3. How many H? How many H? 4H. Ending with OH. C3H4OH. C3. Propane. C3. Propane. OH. That is propanol. Propanol. What is the functional group? What is the functional group? Sure. Functional group is alcohol. Any doubts? If they have assumed ended with they won't end with AL, don't worry. They will end with ID. Any doubts? Is this clear? Yeah. Now one more structure I'll give you. Let me see. CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Which is this? Just tell me the functional group of this ketone. How? Yeah, enough. In this one, Check. Name this. This is the homework for you all. Which is the functional group? Which is the functional group? Halogens. Halogens. Any doubts? Yeah. Now I'll give you the name. Can you draw the structure? Like this also they may ask you. Draw the structure of ethanoic acid. Quick. Draw the structure of ethanoic acid. Ethane plus oic. Ethanoic acid. CH3. COOH. That is ethanoic acid. So this is the structure of ethanoic acid. So sometimes they'll give you the name, they will ask you to draw the structure. If not, they will give you structure, they will ask you to write the name of it. Can you write for bromo? See children, this is important. Bromopropane, prop, C3, ends with Br. So this is bromopentane. Sorry, bromopropane. Similarly, please try for this all. Which I'm giving. This is important for exam. They will ask you propanol. They will ask you propanol. They will ask you propanon. They may ask you propanoic acid. You can try for this. You have to draw the structures for this. So this is about the functional groups. Understood? Yeah. One small question. One small question. See here. We saw methane. We saw ethane. We saw propane. What is methane? CH4, C2H6, C3H8. In these all the things we are seeing one common difference. There is a difference between one carbon and two hydrogen. There is a difference between one carbon and two hydrogen. Can you see this? समझ में आ बेटा? मीथेन इथेन को कंपेयर करो, यहाँ C1 है या C2 है, मतलब कि एक डिफरेंस है. यहाँ 4H है, यहाँ 6H है, दो हाइड्रोजन डिफरेंस है. Again, next below also you see one carbon, two hydrogen difference. In a series of compounds, in a series of a carbon compounds where each hydrocarbon differs by CH2 group. Each hydrocarbon differs by a CH2 group. Then it is said to be homologous series. One mark question. They may ask you what is homologous series. What is a homologous series? Each hydrocarbon differs by CH2 group. Each hydrocarbon differs by CH2 group is called as homologous series. Not only with methane, ethane. You see ethene, propene, butane, वहां भी CH2. Alkynes में भी देखो वहां भी CH2. Cyclic hydrocarbons में देखो वहां भी CH2. All hydrocarbons, successive hydrocarbons, they differ by CH2 group. Hence they are said to be homologous series. If they differ by CH2 group, they are said to be homologous series. So what are functional groups? What are homologous series? What is isomerism? What is catenation? What is tetravalency? These all are what? Carbon is unique in nature. Did you understood? Yeah. Now last topic, but actually this topic is not related to this chapter, but this topic is related to the similar topic with the same syllabus. Which is that? Let's watch what it is. Surprise. Do you know what it is? No. Let's watch. Formation of sodium chloride. Understood? Yeah. Here, because there also we are drawing the structure, so that I am adding this topic even here also. See children, before I could explain you about the formation, I just like to tell you one important thing. देखो बेटा, हर एक की लाइफ में, in everyone's life, everyone want to become a great person. Correct? Yes or no? Huh. See, let me say this is an atom. Please observe here. This is an atom. This is first shell. This is second shell. This is third shell. It goes on. The outermost shell. Can you see this last shell? Can you see this last shell? Last ring? Last circle? Bigger circle? This circle is known as valence shell. This orbit is valence orbit. Valence shell. Every atom in his life, he has one aim. If he achieve that aim, he is a successful person in his life. After that, he never give anything or he never take anything. What it is? They need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons in their outermost orbit. How many electrons they need? 8 electrons in their outermost orbit. In case if 8 electrons come in their outermost orbit, then he is a successful person in his life. He never give nor take. He will become stable in his life. So if any hydrocarbon or if any atom in its valence, if its valence orbit, if it is filled with 8 electrons, we call it as octet structure. We call that as octet structure. अगर से उसके outermost orbit में 8 electrons आ गए तो उन्हें stable हो जाएगा. तो हर इंसान इसी के लिए जद्दोजहद कर रहा है. Everyone ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? 8 electrons ಬೇಕಂತ ಅವ್ರ outermost shell ನಲ್ಲಿ. They need 8 electrons in their outermost shell. For that purpose, what they are doing? They are fighting, they are struggling, they are working. If 8 electrons came, he never go to work. He never go to work because he is a bindas person in his life. समझ में आया बेटा? Excuse me. Did you understood? Sure. Sure. Yeah. 8 electrons are required. Now, what is the... Yeah, let me come to the sodium. Now, what is the atomic number of sodium? What is the atomic number of sodium? 17. Atomic number of sodium is 17. Correct? Sure? Sure. Yes, sir. 11 or 17? Then what about chlorine? Chlorine is 17. Then sodium is? Very good. It is 11. Now, how to fill the shells? देखो बेटा, first shell में कितने electrons होना, second में कितने होना, third में कितने होना, we need to find it. देखो बेटा, मैं find करने के लिए एक logic देता हूँ. हर shell में कितने electrons हैं? We have to try, correct? We need to try. Then the formula is 2n square. 2n square. If you want first shell में कितने electrons होना, right? In place of n, 1. Boys, in place of n you write 1. 1 square, 1. 1 2 is 2. It means that in the first shell 2 electrons. Second shell, in place of n you write 2. Second shell means 2. 2 square, 2 2 is 4. 4 2 is 8. Third shell 3 square, 9. 9 2 is 18. मतलब कि फर्स्ट शेल में मैक्सिमम 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रख सकते हैं, सेकेंड शेल में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रख सकते हैं, थर्ड शेल में 18 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रख सकते हैं. इतनी कैपेसिटी है. We have this number of this much capacity to fill the electrons. Now, what happens? See here for sodium. Sodium. The atomic number of sodium is how much? Just now we have shown 11. In first shell 2 electrons. Second shell, 8 electrons, 2 plus 8, 10. We want 11. No, how many remaining? 1. So how many we can keep in the third shell? 18 seats are there, man. First row, 2 seats are there. Second row, 8 seats are there. Third row, 18 seats are available. First row from 11, we took 11 students. Come students, get into the bus. 2 students sat out of 11. Now remaining 9. For 9, we told in the second row, go and sit. How many can sit in the second row? 8. 10. Now how many left out? 1. Now how many will sit in the third row? 1. In a bus, this is 2 seats available. Second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In out of 11, these 2 seats are occupied. 11 minus 2, 9. Out of 9, 8 seats are occupied. Now in the third, 18 seats are available. Here 2 occupied out of 11. 8 occupied out of 11. Now remaining is 1. Now 1 will occupy the last seat. Now this last sheet is the valence shell. Valence electron. Now sodium also want to become stable. So how many it needs? 8 electrons. But how many it has? 1 electron. Correct? Similarly, come back to chlorine. Chlorine has how many electrons in the outermost shell? Sorry. What is the atomic number of chlorine? 17. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. 2. First shell. Second. 8. 2 plus 8. 10. अब बचे कितने? 7. 7 रख सकते हैं थर्ड शेल में. 18 सीटा की बस है वो. 7 जने बिठाने होता नहीं होता? होता. Easily we can shift. अब एक दोनों का aim एक ही है. What is the aim of sodium? To become stable. What is the aim of chlorine? What is the aim of chlorine? To become stable. अब सोडियम स्टेबल होना तो उसके आउटरमोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होना? 8. अब इसके पास कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं? अब इन्हें इसके पास 8 चाहिए, but he has 1. This fellow has 7. Even he wants to become 8. Sodium also wants to become 8. Chlorine also wants to become 8. Now, becoming 1 to become 8 is simple, or getting 7 to become 8 is simple. 7 8 होना easy है या 1 8 होना easy है? Which is easy? So now what it happens, this sodium 1 electron it will donate to chlorine. Sodium क्या करता बेटा? 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लोरीन को डोनेट किया. He has donated 1 electron to chlorine. जब 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लोरीन को दिया तो Na जाको क्या हो गया? 2 8 हो गया. अभी इधर क्लोरीन क्या हुआ? After it combined, 2 8 8. Understood? Now this became 2 8 and this become 2 8 8 after sharing, after donation. So that sodium is donating, it got plus. Chlorine is accepting 1 electron, so it become minus. So it became plus 1, it become minus 1. He is giving 1 electron, so plus 1. Whenever you write here 2 plus, जानते भी 2 प्लस का मतलब क्या? 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन वो दिया बोलकर. 2 माइनस 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन वो लिया बोलकर. If in any upon any element, if you see plus or minus with the number, you need to understand that number of electrons are accepted, that number of electrons are donated. Any doubts? Any doubts? The formation? Yeah. Now what I have explained you, here for you all, the same thing we have to write in a proper order. If you write this much, they may not give you the marks for this. So how to write this in an order? Let me see. Yes, observe your students. Show the formation of sodium chloride molecule by transfer of electrons. I explain the dot structure of. I explain the formation of NaCl. Then you are supposed to write like this: Na plus Cl. Can you see the sodium atom has 281, chlorine has 287. 1 electron we are transferring to this. Then what happens? It becomes Na plus and Cl minus. So you are supposed to explain in this order. Then you can write one sentence. Sodium transfer one electron to chlorine forming Na plus and chlorine accept one electron forming Cl minus ions. At least you have to write this one line and you have to draw the structure in this order so that you may get a full marks. Understood? Understood. The same explanation what I have shown you over there. You are supposed to write the answer in this order. Similarly, they may ask you, yeah, same way, they may ask you, should I explain the formation of, instead of sodium chloride, they may ask you magnesium chloride, MgCl2. And they may ask you aluminum chloride, Al2Cl3. Al2Cl3 or AlCl3? Al2Cl3 or AlCl3, aluminum chloride. Quick. AlCl3, aluminum chloride. Understood? So what happens in magnesium chloride? So Mg, here we have Cl, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Mg actually in the outermost shell, it has 2 electrons. Sodium in the outermost shell, it has 1 electron. Can you see this? Sodium in the outermost shell, it has 1 electron. So what it is doing? It is transferring 1 electron to chlorine to become NaCl. Na plus and Cl minus. Magnesium chloride. So what it does? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 electron will give for this, 1 electron it will give for this. Magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride, how many electrons it's left out in the outermost shell? 2 electrons. 1 electron it will give for this, 1 electron it will give for this. So this is magnesium chloride. Aluminum chloride. Aluminum chloride is left out with 3. 3 electrons will be left out in the aluminum chloride. So 1 electron it will transfer for this, 1 for this and 1 for this. Same how you have drawn NaCl, no? Same way you should draw, but only you have to show this 2 times Cl, here 3 times Cl. So this is what the formation of NaCl, MgCl2 and AlCl3. That is sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, aluminum chloride. So these are the formations. I hope the concepts are clear for you all, the structures. Isn't it? Yeah, wish you all the best of luck. If you have liked our session, do not forget to click the like button. And if you are not subscribed, do subscribe and click the bell icon so that you can find the instant updates and notifications from our end time to time. Keep watching to our YouTube channel. In the next session, we are going to continue the part 3 of the passing package and then we'll continue with the scoring package. All the best. Take care.